We'll do that after I get off the stage.
Yep. Big L, rest in peace. Rest in peace. You wanna mess with this? One of the
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. This is episode 730 of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host all day long, Dr. Gerald Auger, bringing you hot takes. I got 20 years of experience, and over the next hour, me, you, Port Zero, Lara Flores, Space Tacos, and Dan Reardon not feeling well. We're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of these stories, on what it means to you as a practitioner. So digging deeper beneath the headlines to actually distill out something that we can use to drive cyber risk reduction for our business stakeholders. And if you're not in the industry yet, settle down and get comfortable, because you're going to get mad value from the stream. I promise you, you're going to be asked in any job interview, how do you stay current? This is a home run answer. On top of that, you're going to get exposed to concepts, terminology, see how all these things link together like a big mind map. And the networking is excellent. If you love networking, do say hello to Alpha Sierra. Got to spend some time with her up in Deadwood. Great to meet her. We've got Marcus Kyler of the E Crew, obviously Kimberly from the Lanai, Eric Taylor and the whole Barricade crew kicking it. Tom Bishop on the boot. It is Wednesday, so it is Worldwide Wednesday. In a few minutes, get ready, because we're going to be going around the world and showing just how unbelievably diverse and inclusive the Simply Cyber community is. Hashtag Team SC if you're in chat. I sent a note out yesterday. Officially in 150 different countries, people have been consuming the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Huge kudos to all y'all, and just so grateful for how respectful and how kind each of you are to each other, and especially to our newcomers who come in and, you know, might feel a little uncomfortable, a little nervous, a little shy. Definitely Oprah emotes, welcoming and open arms. I definitely appreciate it. Now, before we get into it, before I drop all the knowledge bombs, before we get spicy, I do want to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors, starting with Barricade Cyber Solutions, guys. Barricade Cyber Solutions is absolutely dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues, right? They can send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But know what? You know what? Barricade Cyber Solutions knows how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Believe that. Check them out, bookmark it, put it in speed dial, barricadecyber.com. Links in the description below. What do we got here? SHTOU. I'm not even saying how to say that. Shatu. First time here, firewall engineering guy. What's up? Welcome to the party, pal. An unsolicited first-timer acknowledgement. If you're here for the first time, like SHTOU is, do drop a hashtag first-timer in chat. Hey, with a spoon. We love welcoming our first-timers. We got a special emote, a special sound effect. Drop those John McClanes in chat. Thank you very much for identifying. Also, before we get into Worldwide Wednesday, I do want to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsor, ThreatLocker. Guys, ThreatLocker is bringing zero trust endpoint protection to the masses. Let's get a quick word from them, and then we're going to get our Daft Punk on and get silly. So settle in, back in 30. Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you're here live with us, thank you for being here. Definitely appreciate all y'all being here. Thank you. Hashtag Team SC. Tech Ricky in the house. Spent some time with him as well. Made a lot of new friends. Hugged and high-fived. Good longtime friends at Deadwood. Such a great one. Started working on the documentary. We got 200 people here right now. We're going to bump that up to close to 500 before the show hits its apex. If you want, each episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half the CPE. So say what's up in chat. Grab a hashtag Team SC in chat. We have it streaming live on stream right now. You can see it on the right side of your screen if you are watching visually. You type something, it'll show up, and that's how it works. Katie Goodman, hello all. First time at the live stream. New Simply Cyber student. Katie Goodman, welcome to the party, pal. Kayla Sturgeon's here. What's up, Kayla Sturgeon? Took the ride in from Rapid City with her. I'm telling you guys, Deadwood is where it's at. Hey, I don't prep or research for any of these episodes. I want to simulate us at the coffee cooler first thing in the morning. So that's just a preface. So when I see these stories coming in and I'm like, I don't know, we're going to dig into it. I dip into my 20 years of experience. We got the mod team and others in chat who are sharing their experiences and knowledge. So we give us a nice, robust, round perspective. All right. First timers, long timers. I got to tell you, we're about to go around the world, which is super, super sick. Worldwide Wednesday, which is what we're about to do, is presented by IT Pro from ACI Learning, the international online training solution that professionals in audit, cyber, and IT turn to for binge-worthy content. And right now, you can use my promo code Auger30, AUGER30, to get 30% off your first month or first year. Daniel Lowry, Ronnie Wong, Sophie Goodwin, the whole team behind the scenes over at ACI Learning, delivering awesome edutainment. Go check them out. I drop a link in chat right now, and I'll pin it. Go check it out. Use Auger30. And by the way, if you are a veteran or first responder, you get 60% off. So definitely check that out. All right, guys. Mods, get ready because it's about to drop. Katie Goodman and SHTOU. I know this is new to you, but we do this every single Wednesday. Get ready. I'm going to ask you where you are. You tell me. I'm going to mark this map as quick as I can. And we'll see if in 2 minutes we can have international representation live in chat right now. Every major continent. Let's get ready. Set the clock to 2 minutes, 22 seconds. Ready, mods? Let's go. We are hot. Where are you at? Carrie's bringing on the United States with Big Texas. Let's go. Ghana's in the house. LVJ bringing on Africa right off the rip. We got Brooklyn. PK, I love it, love it, love it. You must have enjoyed that Guru Gangstar intro. Utah's in the house. Philly, Hot Atlanta's in the house. Alberta, Canada, Ernie Johnson bringing in on the Maple Leafs. Arizona, what's up, New York City? Hey, Santa Clara, Flow Ride is in the house. Houston, Australia, I saw you. Good day, mate. South Africa, SSD, always representing Wisconsin. Chateau, first-timer representing Belgium, bringing the heat, Belgium. Boom, Europe's online. Thank you, SHTOU. Around the world, South Florida's in the hizzy. Peru, GL's bringing on South America. Guys, we're crushing it. We need some Asia action. We got Finland in the house. Scandinavia represent. Bangladesh, thank you very much, Raman. You have brought Asia online. We've already got it. We've already got it. Now we're just bragging, y'all. Now we're just bragging. Syracuse, North Kakalaka. Andres Molina bringing on Colombia. More South America's in the house. Gangstar, Lakshmi knows what's cracking. Wilmington, North Carolina, let's go. Spain, Hemoglobin, bringing on it. I love it, I love it. Buenos dias, Hemoglobin. Dirty Jers, I love it. Arkansas, Dave O'Neill's in the house. Thanks for subscribing, Adventures with Jarvis, love it. Inda Halim is in the United States. Cyber Health, Peace Podcast, Antarctica, I don't think so. If you're in Antarctica, tell me what base you're at right now. Ethiopia, Eastern Africa in the house. Tom Bishop, the boot. Always got Italy on lockdown. Clemson, what's up there? Go Tigers. Spice Tacos. Brazil, oh my gosh. South America, let's go. Antigua, Barbados, the Caribbean. Hawaii. Yes, sir. I see, what else we got? Norway. I miss Norway. Nice, dude. Let's go Norway. India. Thank you. Zip. Zip, zip. Brazil, Cheyenne, Wyoming. UK. Yes, sir. Holy crap. Look at us, guys. Look at us go. Look at us go. Antigua, Barbados. It is tough to get those. Hawaii, you are on the map. Yeah, okay. Cyber Health Podcast, top secret. All right. Yeah, I've been to Antarctica several times. So if you're there, we can fact check that pretty quickly. Although I will tell you, I do want to get some people I do know in Antarctica to show up at some point. Although it doesn't show up on this map. Anyways, guys, let's check it out. North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you do it. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Nice job, everyone. Super pumped. You did wonderful, obviously. And again, thanks to ACI Learning for sponsoring the Worldwide Wednesday segment every Wednesday. Now, y'all, do me a favor. As fun as it is to play, we got work to do because it's hump day. Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome wave. I'll keep an eye out in chat to see who's there. Say hello. But we got work to do. Yes, Jenny Housley pulling down the Montel Jordan. Seems very appropriate. This is how we do it. Dun, 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 dun. All right, guys, let's get to the news.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. I'm Sean Kelly. VW says IT infrastructure unaffected after alleged data theft. The 8-base ransomware group claims to have stolen valuable data from the Volkswagen Group's systems. The data allegedly includes financial records, personal data, and personnel files. The Volkswagen Group owns car brands such as Volkswagen, Skoda, Seat, Audi, Lamborghini, Porsche, Cupra, and Bentley. A VW spokesperson says their IT infrastructure has not been affected and that they are continuing to carefully monitor the situation. Although VW's time is up, according to 8base's ransomware site, the hackers do not appear to have leaked any of the stolen information to the public.
All right. So I did not know Volkswagen owned Porsche and Bentley. That's interesting. All right. So check it out. 8base ransomware threat actor group. You don't hear about them often, but they are what I would consider a top 10 threat actor group. Like as far as like, hold on one second. I'm what? I don't see any pin comments, bro. I don't see the pinned comments, BSEC. So 8base, again, top 10 as far as like number of attacks and value of the ransoms and stuff, but you don't hear about them often. One interesting thing to note here is that ransomware threat actors have evolved over time. So 2017, 2018, 2019. I see. They were all encrypting your data, right? Encrypt your data, sell you the key. Well, as immutable backups got going, as hot backups got going, as the ability for businesses to pivot faster to resiliency infrastructure or, basically keep the lights on, threat actors stopped getting paid. So they had to pivot. So they came out, Maze ransomware started this, but Conti popularized it with the double extortion technique. And this was basically taking your data out and deleting your data. So if you don't want to buy the key, maybe you'll pay to not have them leak your data, or you can buy it back. And this has become very standard the last, 3-4 years. There is triple extortion with denial of service as the third prong of that extortion. But I don't see it that often. It's definitely outside the game. As far as mainstream ransomware threat actors. But every once in a while, it looks like we see a threat actor group that basically just goes full data exfil. They don't even try to encrypt data, which kind of makes sense because some anti-ransomware security technologies will actually look for the encryption happening because the encryption typically kind of goes sequentially down the file structure. So there's indicators that you're getting ransomware basically. So if you're just doing data exfil, you don't ring the alarm, as it were, and tip your hand. So I guess 8base may be one of those. It's also possible that 8base's encryptor payload failed to encrypt correctly. There's a whole bunch of different reasons that it could be, but this is why you do double extortion. So you have a backup plan on how to get paid and get that sweet, sweet cheddar.
Straight cash, homie.
Volkswagen basically it looks like Volkswagen says, like, take a hike, we're not going to pay you, which obviously is a position of power. If you could get to a place where your business can get hit with this type of attack and just continue marching on, no problem, that's pretty awesome. To me, that's quintessential resiliency. The only odd thing here is 8base hasn't leaked the data, even though the time has expired. So I don't know if they're trying to like scrap and get anything out of Volkswagen, any type of money, because the second they release the information, they essentially detonate their asset and there's no longer anything to sell. So we'll see. If it were me, again, I would do my best practices as far as ransomware protection and detection mechanisms. Again, start looking not just for encryption of files, but also mass data exfiltration of data and files, good access controls, tabletop exercises, etc. Volkswagen, nice job. I'm going to say nice job on this one. Whoops.
Finland
Jesus Christ. That was a misfire. Both those spices were misfires. The button's right below the Keep Playing podcast.
Of Sepulti dark web market. On Tuesday, the Finnish Customs Office announced that it worked with international authorities to seize servers and the website of the Sepulti darknet marketplace. Criminals used the site to sell illegal narcotics to both Finnish and English-speaking users, and its operator claimed a turnover of 1.3 million euros, equating to approximately $1.42 million US. The authorities said they were also able to uncover the identities of the site administrators and moderators. Sepulti launched in February of 2023 after authorities seized its predecessor, Sepuli Market, which had raked in more than 2 million euros.
All right, couple things. Quick shout out to Space Tacos, the 8base ransomware gang. It looks like they saw the sign. Okay, listen, I did karaoke last week. I know my voice is terrible. That's why I adopt more of a Henry Rollins approach to my game. But I did want to do a little Ace of Base for everyone. All right, hey, Nerman with a super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Hey, everyone, I'm on my way to my new job! Exclamation point. I might not be able to attend every AMA session, but I'll definitely be here for the daily news brief. Nerman, you're hashtag Team SC all day, every day, whether you're on replay, live, whatever. We know what you're up to, buddy. Go crush that job. Whoever hired you, they're damn lucky they got you. All right, so SHTOU, I believe, is the one, their first timer today in chat. I also think they represented Finland during Worldwide Wednesday, which is not a country we typically get. You can see Finland's lit up right here. So if SHTOU is the Finnish person, do me a favor. Jesus criminy.
You are so dumb.
Yes, thank you, Anton. Listen, do me a favor and let us know if you have any insights into this story. Meanwhile, Eric Taylor is popping off right now. Guys, listen. Dark web marketplaces, they're selling drugs, they're selling guns, they're selling passports, counterfeit money, creds, crime for hire. Hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your husband, right? These things are all over the place, whether it's Alphabet, Silk Road, Genesis. Soon as one goes down, like this one, Sepulti, when this one goes down, another one's going to crop up. All I can say is, yes, law enforcement, you keep doing you. I'll keep supporting you. I'll keep shouting it out from the rooftops. Here's the thing. I love that they took this down. For me though, the real rub, I hate to be such a cynical prick about this, but the rub is what's going to happen to the people who are running these things, right? It's just software, right? It's just like a marketplace. It could be Craigslist. It's just illegal stuff, right? So standing up the next one is not hard. Enterprising people who don't have other options or are really appealed to making lots of money regardless of morals or, moral ambiguity, they're going to spin it up and there's going to be another dark web marketplace. There's clearly a market, i.e. people who want to consume product from dark web marketplaces, whether it's buying drugs or guns or counterfeit money, whatever. There's a market for it. This is basic business economics, right? There's a market, so someone needs to supply the market. This guy, Sepulti, was doing it. They got taken down. Someone else is going to spin it up unless there is a punishment so severe that you don't want that. Imagine, if you will, my son is playing on his iPhone beyond 8 o'clock at night when he has you're not allowed to play it on anymore. And I say, oh, it's 8:15, Grayson. Tisk, 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 tisk. You shouldn't do that, right? And he's like, yeah, I know. And then like 5 minutes later, he's playing on it again. Oh, tisk, tisk, tisk. A little finger wag isn't going to do anything. Now, if I take his phone and I say, hey, listen, don't do this or there will be severe consequences. And he's like, okay. And then I catch him with it. And then I put his phone on my driveway and I take a steamroller and I go over his phone. You know, that's going to leave a lasting impact on him. And then if we get him a new phone in like a year or whatever, and I'm like, hey, remember, if you use your phone when you're not supposed to, there will be consequences. I guarantee you, there will be no further rule breaking when it comes to the phone. Again, this is a silly example. It's intended to be exaggerated to make the point clear. But what I'm saying is, if these people who are getting arrested are just getting like, I don't want to say a slap on the wrist, but like, you know, whatever, not really held accountable. And by the way, the people who were facilitating it, they should be held accountable too. Then it's going to continue to progress and there'll be more to it. I do want to say one other thing. Everything I just said, I do believe in. However, yeah, actually, Casually Joseph's saying this right now as well. However, Ross Ulbricht, who was the original OG dark web marketplace who stood up Silk Road, he got 2 life sentences, and all it did was actually fan the flames of people realizing that there was a massive market of dark web marketplaces. So I almost think you have to go for the head of the snake as well as all of the body and get through that. So we'll see. But hey, you know what? Dark web marketplace, keep doing you. I mean, law enforcement taking down dark web marketplaces, you keep doing you. Also, shout out to the FBI. I know they work with Interpol, Europol to take down these marketplaces. Really quick, I see in chat right now, Tiff Brit 21, late to the party, but I just started my second week at my new cyber job, officially Team GRC. Welcome to the GRC Mafia, Tiff Brit. Couldn't have done it without the daily cyber threat brief. Yes, yes, yes. And also, Tiff Brit, just because I love, it's like one of my favorite things, we're going to go ahead and drop this hammer in chat right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Tiff Brit into the cyber jobs. Let's go. I came in like a wrecking ball. Yes, Tiff Brit for the win.
Calgary Public Library Services limited after cyber attack. The public library system, which runs 22 branches for the city's 1.3 million residents, said Friday that a cybersecurity breach compromised some of its systems. The library closed early on Friday and powered down all servers and computers. The library expects all locations to return to normal hours today, but said that any services that rely on technology will remain unavailable. This means online event registration, Wi-Fi, e-resources, and book return services will remain unavailable. The library did not say when they expect services to return to normal.
All right. Calgary Public Library hit. Toronto Public Library hit. Public libraries, they're out here getting hit all over the place. I think it was Alana Boyajian was a advocate of the library. We got Christina Paulika, aka the librarian, in chat. So we do have a library subreddit going on in the hashtag Team SC community. I'm being slightly playful. Guys, here's the thing. It's a public municipality service. A lot of people depend on public libraries, right? Some of it's to, use the internet because they don't have internet where they are. Some of it's to do research. I feel like libraries get dunked on a little bit as like important or having value, especially with the growth of the internet and ChatGPT and being able to not have to go to the library and learn the Dewey Decimal System and do all those things. But I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I do feel, listen, here's the deal. If you're running IT for a company, I don't care if you're making Magic the Gathering cards or you're running a public library. There's IT infrastructure and people expect uptime and they want their services, right? So it's incumbent of you as a practitioner for whatever organization, business, nonprofit, church, whatever it is that you're trying to protect and have cybersecurity, cyber resiliency in place for. It doesn't matter if you're like critical infrastructure or your public library, right? It's still your job. Honestly, I'm a little confused why threat actors are targeting libraries as much as they are. I get that it's a public service, but like, to me, I always think about what's the return on investment? What's the action on objective? Like, how much money are you getting from hitting a Calgary public library, right? Like if I hit Toyota, Honda, some unknown, but, $100 and $200 million annual revenue manufacturing company, a publishing company in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, right? If I hit these, I can look at their balance sheet and say, give me 3% of that. Give me $800,000. I'm making straight cash, homie. Okay.
Straight cash, homie.
With a Calgary public library. Yeah. Calgary's huge. And yeah, Luke Canfield, it is low hanging fruit. You would think that their cybersecurity of a public library is pretty low, just because of budget, resources, time. But like, I guess I just think like, why is a threat actor spending time on this? I don't think they're getting paid. I might be wrong. All right. So BSEC is thinking that it's a foothold into the larger municipality infrastructure. That's quite possible. It is quite possible that, because it's on the local state municipality network, you can pivot into a critical infrastructure, water department, whatever. Jay Mod in chat, former water expert. The one thing I would say is, if you were going to use a public library as a foothold and a bastion host, to use a CISSP term, then I don't think that they would hit the library with ransomware or detonate malware on it. I'd almost think that they'd want to be low and slow and then use it as a foothold to get deeper into the environment instead of ringing all the bells and basically calling attention to themselves, right? It's like trying to break into a bank and like being in the front lobby and being like, I'm trying to find the vault, right? You got to patch it. You got to patch it. You got to break in, right? So I don't know. It just seems weird to me. I certainly wouldn't attack a library if I was a threat actor. I'm not. I don't condone or promote it, but it's just odd. I think for cyber practitioners, this story, the one thing you can really distill out of this is all targets are targets. It doesn't matter if you are a perceived low value target. Threat actors are going to threat act.
175 million Amazon customers now use passkeys. Amazon announced Tuesday that over 175 million customers are using passkeys since the company rolled the feature out about a year ago. Passkeys are digital credentials tied to biometric controls or pins and stored within a secure chip on devices such as phones, computers, and USB security keys. One drawback of passkeys is that they are not portable, meaning you can't transfer them between devices or password managers. However, that limitation is about to be addressed as the FIDO Alliance has just announced a new specification that makes passkeys portable across different platforms and password managers. The FIDO Alliance estimates that 12 billion online accounts are now secured using passkeys. FIDO added that by using passkeys over passwords, phishing has been reduced and credential reuse eliminated, while making sign-ins up to 75% faster and 20% more successful than passwords or passwords plus a second factor. And now,
all right, so check it out really quick, just to follow up on that last story about my confusion around public libraries. Eric Taylor, who is a chief forensics officer at Barricade Cyber, so he lives in the muck of digital forensics and incident response, is suggesting it could be a distraction, i.e. public sector is getting hit all over the place. So people will spend resources and focus on these library attacks and basically not be paying attention to other more valuable critical assets. Also, he shares that threat actors are moving away from Telegram to Signal, and you're required to send unpublished data breaches. So it's possible this is the key to the loop. So I think if I read that correctly, he's saying that, only a real threat actor would have access to this before the story goes public. So that's a way to basically validate that you are, in fact, a criminal. I almost think of it like, I think of as what he's saying is like, if you're going to join a gang as like a undercover officer or something, they have you like commit a crime to prove that you're not a cop, right? Okay. Passkeys. You get a passkey. I get a passkey. We all get passkeys. Listen, passwords are going away. Passwords are terrible. They should be called passphrases, first of all. But Carl, passwords, people reuse passwords. The RockU text, who hasn't run Hydra with RockU, right? Who hasn't had a password compromise? Credential stuffing. Hello, 23andMe is on line 1. They would like to speak to you. There was a credential stuffing attack in the news yesterday. Basically, dumped creds, people reusing passwords or having easy to guess passwords, having passwords that say spring 2024 ! And then updating it to winter 2024 ! Or spring 2025 ! Like, these are predictable English speaking human patterns, and threat actors know it, and it's very easy. So how do we get rid of passwords? We are on a mission, not just me, but like our industry is on a mission to move away from passwords, and passkeys are one way to do that. You may have seen, I know Google has started prompting people to use passkeys. I guess Amazon's using passkeys. It's cool, right? It's tied to a biometric or to a PIN. Again, I always feel janky with the PIN because I'd have to look into this more, because with the PIN, that's just because, to me, it's just like an easier password, right? There must be some tie to your IP address or your profile or something like that. But it can also be biometric. So like your face, right? I know there's several apps on iPhone, at least, that like banking apps that you can log in, and instead of typing in your username and password, it can use the Face ID biometric thing and pass through to log in, which is awesome, right? This passkey, not only, it's one of the rare times in cybersecurity where it's more secure and also presents better usability for an end user or consumer of the product. So when I go to log into my bank, it takes me like 1 second to log in. I don't have to type in this ridiculously long password, which is super sweet. Now, one of the challenges is it's not portable into other password vaults. It's not portable across sites and stuff. And that's what the story's about, is that the new FIDO Alliance, which is like this group that kind of defines standards and protocols. Think of it as like IEEE, except for like authentication type stuff. They are coming out with some standard that's going to allow us to port it over different systems, which is going to make it way more flexible. I hate to be so cynical, but the second they said that it's going to be flexible and move across platforms, that's super awesome. It's going to increase adoption and usability, but it's also a threat actor can now adopt it as well. So honestly, I would predict this is cool and it should be used, but there is going to be an uptick in activity of threat actors getting duplicates or whatever of the passkeys and somehow weaponizing that. I don't have this information right now, but it just seems like when you make something that can port over different things, a threat actor thing could be one of the things that it gets ported to, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Anyways, Amazon's a Fortune 3 company, maybe a Fortune 1 company. They have a massive footprint, tons and tons of users internationally or worldwide. So if they're pushing passkeys, it's going to happen. And honestly, guys, this is what needs to happen for adoption at a whole, like widespread adoption for certain things. The big players, the Googles, the Facebooks, the Metas, the Amazons, they are the ones that need to push certain adoptions, I guess, in order to have it take traction. So having said that, I would be prepared if I was at GRC in your office. I would be prepared to be able to explain passkeys in a very, very simple way to your end user audience. I would also make a little like walkthrough video on how to set up a passkey, and also like what happens if you forget the passkey, those type of things. Final thing I want to point out, passkeys can be tricky too, because it's hard, like, not to say you can't share it. You can share your password, but like, my wife can't pick up my phone, Mrs. Auger, and log into my bank using her face. You know what I mean? So it does present some like challenges as far as like sharing credentials and whatnot. All right, let's keep going.
We'd like to thank today's episode sponsor, Conveyor. Does the thought of a whopping 300-question security questionnaire in your most dreaded portal give you nightmares? Conveyor can help you sleep peacefully. How? They are the market leaders in instant and accurate AI answers to any format of security questionnaire. They even offer a zero-touch option for portal-based questionnaires. Just paste the URL and Conveyor AI automatically answers the questions and exports them back to the portal for you. And the nightmares, try it for free at www.conveyor.com. That's CONVEYOR.com.
All right. Hey, guess what? SHTOU and the other first timer, it's just eluding me. We do this every day. Honestly, I think if I did auto-tune on me singing, it still wouldn't sound right. I think that's how bad I am at this. Guys, shout out and thanks to all of you. Legrat, Nadine is the head of the Flaming Donkey. Hey, listen, shout out to all y'all. Thank you for being here. Genuinely appreciate it. All 400 of you bringing the heat this Wednesday morning. I want to say shout out to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Threat Locker, and Antisyphon Training. Guys, Antisyphon Training is disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high quality, cutting edge education to everyone, including you, Mondo Avelia, Vaughn Powell, Matsabella over on LinkedIn, DGP, Holy Hand Grenade, all of you. You can learn from industry professionals, right? Deep experience. You can do it in a fun and inclusive way. And most importantly, the classes teach you practical skills, things that actual employers want to hire for. And this November 4th through November 7th, so just a few weeks away, right after the Simply CyberCon, you can get trained for $0, from John Strand, who, if you don't know John Strand, he's awesome. He's a great guy, and he's got deep industry experience. You can learn getting started in InfoSec with Black Hills and MITRE ATT&CK. And you could be a practitioner already and take this class and get value from it. If you're not really well-versed in MITRE ATT&CK, well, get on board and learn from John Strand for $0. This is a 4-day, 16-hour course. You get CPEs, community. Guys, see how the community's in chat right now, having a good time? Now, pretend you're taking a class with John Strand. Same vibe, same thing. Simply Cyber, Antisyphon. We share a lot of alignment on vibes. Go to antisyphontraining.com. Links in the description below. I also am going to drop a link here in chat to the course itself. Go check that out. And if you do take the course, tell them your hashtag Team SC. Guys, it's only a few weeks away. We started the social media campaign. Simply CyberCon 2024 is coming November 1st. Charleston, South Carolina, also available virtually. Go to simplycybercon.org and check it out. Be part of our conference. It's so good. I'm so excited. We got the entire lineup right here. Joe Hell will be our keynote. I want to announce we're having a training. There will be a workshop on October 31st, the Thursday, the day right before the con. That will be virtual. Everybody can attend the workshop. It'll be taught by Steve McMichael, CPA to cybersecurity, and it'll be a GRC workshop on how to actually do risk assessment, like how to look at something and say, oh, that's a risk or that's not a risk. It's going to be great. Go to simplycybercon.org for more information. Oh, my God. Let's pour some more coffee out. Let's get our la's on and head on back into the stream. Thank you, all of you. Let's just take a beat. There he is, Steve McMichael in chat. Let's get our la's on.
I say la, 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 la.
All right. Rock on, babies. Let's get back into the news and finish strong.
EDR red team tool used to bypass security. Researchers at Trend Micro have observed threat actors using an open source red team tool.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for the advice, Kathy Chambers. Some warm tea for my voice. Everybody, Kathy Chambers in chat. Appreciate the suggestion, Kathy. I go hard. I get ridden hard and put up wet. That's my sacrifice for Simply Cyber. Got to keep on going. Got to keep pushing. Let's go.
Called EDR Silencer to identify endpoint security tools and mute their alerts to management consoles. This helps attackers evade detection to carry out successful attacks. EDR Silencer uses Windows Filtering Platform, or WFP, to monitor, block, or modify network traffic. The latest version of EDR Silencer detects and blocks 16 modern EDR tools. To defend against the threat, the researchers recommend implementing multi-layered security controls, using security solutions that provide behavioral analysis and anomaly detection, applying least privilege principles, and looking for indicators of compromise.
All right, so this is pretty dope. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. First of all, red teams are offensive security professionals that emulate advanced persistent threat actors in order to enable businesses to test their cyber resiliency, cybersecurity from an attack, right? So red teams are for more advanced organizations, right? If your InfoSec program has a maturity level of 0.1, you don't need red teaming. What you need is multi-factor authentication. But if you're like a Chase Bank, Capital One, Regions Mortgage, like whatever, McDonald's, then you want red teaming. If Lazarus Group attacked us, what if 8base tried to attack us, right? Now, red team tools are legal, right? Oh my God, what am I blanking on? CrowdStrike. Not CrowdStrike. Oh my God, I'm totally blanking. What is the post-exploitation framework that I'm trying to think of? Oh my God. I mean, there's Sliver, but there's a really famous one that I'm like absolutely blanking on right now. Oh my God, is it CrowdStrike? No. Is it CrowdStrike? No, CrowdStrike's an EDR solution. What the hell am I thinking of? I need help with this. My brain is not working. So anyways, there are multiple EDR post-exploitation frameworks, right? There's Empire. Thank you. Oh my God. Cobalt Strike. Thank you, Funky Monk. Thank you, Lara Flores. Thanks, BSEC. I don't know why I was blanking on that, but Cobalt Strike, Sliver, Empire, there's a ton of them out there. They all have their pros and cons. Here's the deal. This particular tool, EDR Silencer, is available on GitHub. You can see it right here on GitHub, which means anyone can download it and implement it. Now, it's common for threat actors to adopt offensive security tools to use these things, right? Conti, ransomware gang, actually had a fully licensed version of Cobalt Strike. All this tool does is mute the notifications going to the EDR management console. So you should know that if you think about the way that EDR is deployed, all your endpoints have little agents on them. And then there's a centralized management console that the SOC analyst or the IR or whoever sits at and looks for bad, right? And when bad pops up, you can, look at that endpoint, quarantine that endpoint, et cetera, et cetera. If it's muted, that's not good. It's basically a technique to avoid detection, right? Low and slow, as threat actors like to go. Now, what I want to tell you in here is this thing does screw with a lot of popular options, right? Carbon Black is in here. Sentinel-1, Microsoft Defender, a lot of popular options. So what I would say is the following. It's cool to have the notifications and stuff, but you should not rely ever on a single tool as your silver bullet, right? So even though this thing is blocking the notification, basically the traffic, the network packets going to the management console, you should definitely have behavioral heuristics and defense in depth. So if you have like a SIM that it's capturing telemetry from endpoints that matter, right? You might be able to see it pop in your SIM. There may be other ways to have endpoints communicate out that they are having a problem. Sometimes the EDR solution will shut itself down. Sometimes it'll have a pop-up local to the endpoint. These are really like base controls that you wouldn't want to rely on, right? You don't want Carl to be the one to call you and say, oh, I'm seeing pop-ups here. Like, you tell me what's up. But I guess the defense in depth is really more what I'm talking about. I wonder if there's ways to... here's another like tricky thing. The EDR silencer tool actually gives you the ability to filter for specific processes. So you could actually have, it's not like no alerts are coming from the endpoint, just some alerts. That's actually kind of clever, because if you were looking at your EDR console and you saw no updates all day, you'd be like, there's something wrong. It does seem like in this case, you can actually filter it. So, kind of hiding in the noise, if you will. Ooh, hello. What do we have here? I see some alignment to MITRE ATT&CK framework. We got technique 1057 process discovery. I love having the MITRE ATT&CK framework popped in here. All right, so it looks like it uses, it says command and scripting interpreter. It doesn't say PowerShell, but if I had to guess, it is PowerShell. Yeah. Remember, this EDR silencer does have to run in memory. So if you can look for the EDR silencer, actually, I guess that's probably what I would do. I would have multiple ways, like the SIM and detections to detect bad in your environment. But also, this is an uptick in activity. Detection engineers out there wading through logs, others, you may want to look at this particular tool, EDR silencer, and get the indicators of compromise or the use of this tool. And if you see this tool fire off, you've got problems. You see what I'm saying, right? So instead of trying to treat the symptoms, you could treat the root cause and prevent this tool, especially because this tool is on GitHub. A lot of people who will be using it won't modify it or use it. So it's probably pretty straightforward on understanding what it is. You can see edrsilencer.exe. So it is a portable executable compiled program. Which definitely means it's a C program. You can absolutely, well, first of all, you could do a hash on it, but signature-based anti-malware is super ineffective, so I wouldn't get sweaty on that. But I would look for what this tool is doing and then flag for it. I would create a detection. In fact, there might even, really quick, this is a real-time thing. I don't prep a research for this show, so I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm kind of curious. EDR detection. Let's see. Yeah, nothing's coming up right away. Here's a Medium article from GhoulSec on forensics on EDR silencer events. So you can see right here, right? Like this took me like 1 second, but you can see here that when EDR silencer is running, event ID, Windows event ID 5152, 5157 pop up. So if you're starting to see those events show up in your environment, it might be an indicator of compromise. Obviously, you're going to want to combine these with other things. But this, to me, this is just where my mind goes right away is like, okay, we need to know if EDR silencer is running because that's a bigger problem. Take it easy, Jesse Johnson.
Korean hackers targeting Linux systems in cyber heists. North Korean threat actors are now using a new variant of malware known as Fast Cache to carry out their cyber campaign. The malware modifies ISO 8583 transaction messages used in debit and credit card transactions to initiate unauthorized withdrawals and can even manipulate transactions that have been declined due to insufficient funds. Fraudulent withdrawals are in Turkish currency ranging from 12,000 to 30,000 lira, equating to approximately 350 to 875 US dollars. The malware has been around since 2018, but is newly updated to target Linux systems. To prevent exploitation, CISA recommends implementing chip and PIN requirements for debit cards, verifying message authentication codes for financial transactions, and performing authorization validation for chip and PIN transactions.
All right, hold on now. This is kind of crazy. Hold on, let me ChatGPT, I'm gonna need the assist here. Let's go. So I have this ChatGPT plugin extension that can take any story and like break it down really quick. I just read this story, but every time you see like a jackpotting ATM story, I want to know a bit more of how it works, because they had a graphic of the guy plugging the card in, but this one seems like it's a back end issue, not attacking the ATM device itself, like having it piss money out. That's not what's happening here. Let's see. Yeah, see, fast cash malware alters ISO 8583 messages in financial transactions to authorize unauthorized withdrawals. So it almost seems like okay, so to me, this is what it looks like. It looks like the threat actors have malware installed on the back end IT infrastructure, and then they go to an ATM and try to do a transaction. And then because the transaction sends, the network packets out, they then modify it in transit and get money out. So it does seem like a little bit of a jackpotting, but it's not attacking the machine at the ATM itself. It's attacking the network packet transaction to go validate off that there is money, or that it is an appropriate transaction, etc. This has been around since 2018, so 6 years. That's kind of crazy. If you work in financial service, this is really, to me, there's two things here for us. One, as cyber practitioners, this is very sexy, right? It's very hot, right? Oh.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Right, it's very hot. Like anytime there's like an ATM jackpot, it's like the bee's knees talk at the conference. It's very, very eye candy, right? But if you work in financial services, that's the only one who's going to matter, right? Is the financial services people here. And you probably have, like, financial services spends a lot of money on cybersecurity. So they probably are looking at this and trying to combat it. If you do work in financial services in IT, obviously you want to keep clean builds of your IT infrastructure, your servers that are responsible for financial transactions, the things that the ATM are connected to. I feel like this is all super, super obvious. This is not a bake sale or like a WordPress site you spin up to like have like your 2024 version of GeoCities. This is straight cash, homie.
Straight cash.
This is money, and we don't screw around when it comes to money. Definitely worth looking at. And guys, this should come as no surprise. North Korea is behind it. North Korea's like major import is financial crime. They have so many this isn't a political show. North Korea has so many economic sanctions on it internationally that they can't like do trade really. But North Korea and their leader wants to be seen as a first world power, get to sit at the adult table at Thanksgiving. So they need money so they can buy ballistic missiles and rocket technology and stuff like that. So this is how they fund those type of initiatives.
Nearly 400 U.S. healthcare institutions hit with ransomware over the past 12 months. On Tuesday, Microsoft released a report revealing that between July of 2023 and June of 2024, 389 U.S.-based healthcare institutions were successfully hit with ransomware. The attacks caused network and system outages, delays in critical medical operations, and rescheduled appointments. Microsoft customers reported a 2.75 times increase in human-operated ransomware encounters. The researchers said that the motives of Russian, North Korean, and Iranian cybercriminals appears to have shifted from destruction to financial gain. The report did yield some positive news, showing that the percentage of ransomware attacks that reached the encryption stage has decreased significantly over the past 2 years.
Okay. A couple things. SHTOU was here for the first time today.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And says that this place is fire. All right. I love it. Thank you very much, SHTOU. Hey, listen, basically, they just said what I said earlier. Again, I don't prep or research for these shows at all, so I love it. Like, when I get proven wrong, I'm like, oh. But when something reinforces what I already said, it makes me feel good, right? So I said earlier with this 8-base thing, and I talked about the different ways ransomware has evolved over the last 6-7 years, and how 8-base is basically just doing data exfil and saying, to hell with encrypting files. This story, 400 institutions hit with ransomware. They said there's a noticeable uptick in not having encryption happen. They're just straight up screwing up systems and exfilling data. So this is actually really, really cool. They say that nation states and cyber criminals have been coordinating their activity. This should come as no surprise. I've said this in the past. This is a speculative hot take. This is based on my own experiences. I do not have citable evidence. This is anecdotal evidence, all the disclaimers. There's a reason that a lot of ransomware threat actors don't attack Russia or Russian businesses, because they get top cover from Russia. They operate out of Eastern Europe a lot of times. And, as long as they're attacking Russian adversaries, Russia's like, keep up, keep doing you. But if Russia needs some help, they can tap that group of professionals, for lack of a better term, and get access to their abilities, right? So, and honestly, maybe get access to the data that they're stealing. So nation states and cyber criminals coordinating, no surprise there. Russia, North Korea, Iran are deploying ransomware as a way to gain financially from the offensive cyber ops. No kidding. That's North Korea's friggin' MO for years. I haven't seen Iran do it so much, but Russia's got a war going. Russia's got a war going on, right? We're like 2-3 years into this war. Wars cost money, food costs money, bullets cost money, people cost money, right? So you need, and I don't know if you remember, but like tons of people pulled out of Russia, tons of businesses pulled out of Russia. So I don't even know how the Russian economy is going right now, but I'm sure it's not great. So basically scooping up money wherever you can should come as no surprise. I will say, if you work in healthcare, I know this is a 114-page report, which is a lot to consume. I would say this is probably I would absolutely make it a point to read this report. Is this for healthcare only? No, actually, this is not healthcare. So actually, I would argue that this is like straight up on the level with Verizon data breach incident report, Microsoft's digital defense report. Think about it for a second. Think about how much telemetry Microsoft has. Microsoft, Fortune 5 company. Microsoft runs Azure, runs LinkedIn, runs Xbox Network. They have tons and tons of IT infrastructure globally. They have tons and tons of Fortune 500 businesses as clients. Their data in this report is undoubtedly well-informed and based on an A-load of telemetry. I bet you this report is hot fire, right? I might even read this and make like one of those. I might take my chance at making one of these like Gen Z shorts where I'm talking into a lapel mic like it's a tiny microphone and being like, hey, like, green screen and be like, hey, did you see the Microsoft Digital Defense Report? Like, I might make one of those just to see what's up. Tap my inner Gen Z, get my inner skittily Ohio Riz action going, and get Justin Gold and Casually Joseph, aka Cashmere, to cringe just a little bit. So that's the TLDR for everybody here. I would check out this 114-page report. I will drop a link in chat right now to everybody. And copy link address. Read this 114-page report. And if you really need to, you could drop it in Skibbidily, whatever it is. I don't know.
Hong Kong police bust fraudsters using deepfakes in romance scams. Hong Kong police have arrested 27 people for allegedly carrying out romance scams using deepfake face swapping technology. The scheme amassed roughly $46 million from victims in Hong Kong, mainland China, Taiwan, India, and Singapore. Authorities said the scammers made contact with the victims via social media platforms and lured them in using AI-generated photos of attractive individuals. They then turned to deepfake technology when the victims requested video calls. Police seized computers, mobile phones, luxury watches, and over $25,000 in suspected crime proceeds from the operations headquarters.
Yeah, all right. So first of all,
Regulators, mount up.
yes, sir. Hong Kong coming after you. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right? Dude, this crew was running out of a 4,000 square foot office building. That is enterprise grade criminal activity. Romance scams are disgusting. Dude, they swindled $46 million, okay?
Straight cash, homie.
There is real money in these romance scams. I got to tell you, I really hate, I might get a little pissy right now. Okay, listen. Romance scams are deplorable. They prey on victims and individuals who are vulnerable, oftentimes elderly people. All right. So I've been married, 20 years. Like, well, let's not make it about me. You've been married your whole life. Your spouse dies and you're lonely. Your kids don't come around anymore because, they're busy with their lives and stuff like that. You're lacking aura, right? Gen Z, you picking up what I'm putting down? You're lacking aura. You're not feeling very Sigma. So, someone reaches out to you and shows interest, shows compassion, shows interest and love and emotion, and you gravitate towards it. And that's when they start ripping you off. It is such a disgusting crime for so many reasons. This particular one, they're using deepfake technology. Okay, cool. This crime, this romance scam crime has been around for years, okay? All they're doing is including new technology to make it more effective and more likely to successfully execute the crime. I will say that some romance scams are not being performed by people who want to do it. There is human trafficking and basically slave labor, even though it's 2024 and it's unbelievable. There are examples of Vietnamese that are being forced in Cambodia or Cambodians forced in Vietnam. I get those two confused, but against their will to commit these crimes. And basically, if they don't make a certain amount of money a day for the criminals, they get beat and stuff or deprived food. So it's really, really nasty. I know for a fact, okay, just to put a real face to this thing, I've had conversations with people who said, listen, my aunt, not me, this is someone saying to me, this was last year. Someone said to me, hey, listen, what do I do? My aunt is definitely involved in a romance scam. Everybody knows it. We tell her that the person she's talking to is not real, and she doesn't want to hear it. She's absolutely convinced. She has sent almost all of her money to this individual. She won't listen to us. And like literally the kids are thinking of taking legal action to remove the aunt's like legal right to manage her own money in order to protect her from themselves. So it's not just like, oh, I didn't know any better. There are people who get so wrapped around the axle about these romance scams that they consciously make wildly poor decisions. Okay. So I think there's nowhere for this. I really, I don't know, man. It's like one of those ones where like, I just wish we could like, no, I don't want to say the purge, but like, it sucks. It sucks that there's people out there who like are doing this, making money and feeling good about themselves, like ripping people off and then going and buying cars and food and, like, I don't know, man. I do Simply Cyber. I feel great when I put my head on the pillow at night because of this community. I love the impact. I love hearing all the stories. Someone gets a job. Nerman's going off to work. Let's celebrate. Yes, yes, yes. These people, when they put their head in the pillow, are they like, oh man, I totally ruined that person's life. Yeah, feels so good. Like, that's pretty scum, dude. All right, hold on. I got a thing. Yeah, Alpha Sierra talking about 3 little old ladies in her town getting screwed over. Yeah, it's no good. It's no good. All right, let's go. I think that's going to do it. Yeah. All right, y'all. Holla, holla, holla. Before you go anywhere, check it out now. Simply CyberCon 2024 is coming. 2 weeks away. Workshop on the 31st. Mad Talks, 2 tracks, live streams. We've got a after party that I'm trying to get sorted out. We've got food truck that Josh Mason's getting sorted out. We got activities for days. CTF from Try Hack Me. Lockpick Village from Foxpick. Guys, this con, it's going to be lit. If you like fire, come play with this one. It's good. Also, tomorrow we've got Dr. Josh Stroshine, a.k.a. the Cyber, for Simply Cyber Live. It's all about good times, guys. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I do want to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors, Antisyphon, Barricade, Threat Locker, continuing to keep it going. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Don't go anywhere, because in a hot minute, we are going to be absolutely ripping the lid off of the jaw-jacking and giving you all the action you need to get your questions answered and help you level up in cybersecurity. I'm Dr. Gerald Auger from Simply Cyber. Until next time, stay secure. Hey. Hey. What's up? Hold on one second. I got to fix this YouTube chat. What's up, everybody? I actually have to go to an event right after this, so I don't want to put the hat on because it'll screw up my hair, and I've got to look decent for this thing. But I'll just put it right here for a second. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Jawjacking. I am your host, Jerry Guy, coming hot off the heels of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief, presented by that nerd, Dr. Gerald Auger. What a stiff. Holy crap, that guy. What are you, like, made of starch? Talking about a 114-page report from Microsoft. What is that, like bathroom reading for you, dude? Calm down. Let's go. All right, in all seriousness, y'all, this is Jawjacking. If you're new here and you don't know what we're doing, we do the Daily Cyber Threat Brief to level you up and get you ready for your day, drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders. But we also throw on a 30-minute Ask Me Anything session to be able to basically help you get answers, like, you know, to level up, right? Is this conference cool? Is this cert worth it? What are people doing? Is there a meetup in the Raleigh-Durham area? Whatever your questions are, we got answers. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's led by me. Tuesdays, we got Eric Taylor. Thursdays, we got DJ BSEC while I'm teaching. So what are your questions? We're ready to talk community. Alpha Sierra, good to see you. Michael Andruzzi, what's up? Where are we doing with this guy? All right, what kind of questions we got? Matt Rogers saying, I got Aura. Guys, I am so excited. Got a lot going on. I do have an update. I can't really talk about it, but I will tell you for the month of November and part of December, I got a new project. I got some work that's going to take me. It's a 6-week contract. You know, I don't just yell at a microphone all day. I do other work, and I got a 6-week project that's going to take me to Hotlanta. Monday through Wednesday Monday through Thursday for November and part of December. So the mobile studio will be in full effect for November and December. So get used to that. For those who are big fans of Team Sippy Cup, get your Sippy Cup ready. I should probably put that in the store. All right, Steve McMichael's going to giddy up out of here. Okay, no problem. All right, looks like we got some comments getting pinned in chat. Thank you, DJ BSEC. SHTOU, first timer in chat. I need advice for jumping into threat hunting in regard of skills and courses to do. If this makes the topic of the AMA, thank you, Gerard. It's Gerald, but that's okay. No problem. I know you're talking to me. So SHTOU, here's what I would say as far as threat hunting goes. You're going to love this, okay? First of all, let's do this. So my immediate first thought is it depends where you are on your journey, right? What I would say is, listen to this. There is a, let me see if I can find this. Wade Wells has this Cyber Threat Intel 101 course. Okay, now this isn't exactly threat hunting. It's threat intelligence. But by doing threat intelligence, right, you'll be better informed on what to go threat hunting for, right? So for those who don't know, threat hunting is basically going and looking for bad in your environment, right? There's two things, right? You can have all your tools with all your detections and you're sitting at your console waiting for alerts. This is the part of the pie that is things that you will detect. Sometimes they're false positives, sometimes they're true positives, but your tooling tells you that there's bad going on. Some jackwagon jumps in your environment and detonates Mimikatz. Boom, I see you, right? Now, there's another situation. We saw that tool during the daily cyber threat brief called EDR Silencer, right? We saw yesterday in the news a threat actor group that is exploiting Avanti cloud application gateway or whatever, and then patching the vulnerability. So there is potential that a threat actor is in your environment. There's potential that someone has compromised credentials or exploited a 0-day, and you're not getting detected. Your tooling is not configured or working or being disabled to alert you. This is where threat hunting comes in. It's going to look for bad in your environment. Now, to SHTOU's question about going to look for threat hunting skills and courses, in my opinion, this Wade Wells CTI 101 is a great one to understand kind of the threat landscape, lay of the land, figure out where all these things are. Now, I'll take a tip in chat if anyone's got like threat hunting course or threat hunting guidance. What I would do, honestly, is, let me see. Here we go. This is cool. I just Googled this really quick. I haven't taken this course, SHTOU, but what I will say is Security Blue Team is, I like Security Blue Team. I've heard wonderful things about Security Blue Team. People I trust have said Security Blue Team is legit. Okay, now here is a 5-hour entry level and I believe free course on intro to threat hunting. If I were you and this was free, I would absolutely begin looking at this course. Okay? That's what I would do. And then honestly, just do some cycles. Anyone, you can download IOCs, indicators of compromise, for anything. Go download an IOC for Redline Info Stealer or Luma Stealer or Raccoon Stealer, whatever, right? And then go look in your environment, look in your SIM to see if those signatures are happening. Install Rita in your environment and look for beaconing in your network traffic. Like, do the things. That's what I would do. All right, Trevor M. I mentioned Friday I got my official IT cyber job. Was wondering if you have some tips for putting in my notice for my current sysadmin job. Yeah. First of all, Trevor, I don't know if we celebrated, but we're celebrating now. This guy, Trevor's out here crushing jobs. Okay, so here's what I would suggest. First of all, Trevor, I got to tell you this. I love doing this, okay? I love doing this. I have a video for that. Check it out right here. Right here. 5 mistakes to avoid when quitting your job. I love having a video for that, okay? So what I would say is, I'll answer your question, but honestly, Trevor, I quit my job, and as soon as I quit my job, I made this video, and I tell you all the things you should do and not do. So let's tag Trevor. All right. Justin Gold recently quit his job. He may have thoughts in chat as well. Here's what I would recommend you do. Number one, be transparent, be professional. I like to give 2 weeks at minimum. Sometimes I give 4 weeks if I need to. Next thing I would suggest, be prepared to be able to walk out that day. Okay. A lot of times, it's very amicable, but sometimes the second you say I'm leaving, you become an insider threat. And some organizations will walk you out the door right then. So for me personally, all my crap at my desk, everything that I want, that if I had to leave today and not come back, I want to make sure I have access to. Number two, honestly, I would document what you can. Okay, I like to use Loom, Loom, Loom. Don't put anything sensitive in there, but you can document, hey, here's how you do this, here's how you do that. Also, again, you can make this available. I would say, hey, listen, if you want, I'm willing to answer some questions after I leave. But if you want them, I'm happy to set up a, I don't know, $100 an hour consulting fee. That way, if you guys need me to do something afterwards in a pinch, like, don't make yourself an available resource afterwards unless you're getting compensated, because basically they'll milk you, right? Also, depending on how you do, if they do reach out to you and you're doing it pro bono, you may want to delay your response time a little bit just so they don't become dependent on you. Hopefully that helps, Trevor. Any other tips people have in chat on quitting your job, let us know. CJ says, what's up with the TV show? CJ, I wish I had an answer for you. So those who don't know, I can't really talk much about it because, I don't know. I talked about it before, and then the studio didn't like that I talked about it. Here's what I can tell you. Straight facts, no printer. You see what I did there, Gen Z? Okay. Late Night with Jerry is the TV show I did. I interviewed all my guests. We filmed the whole show in April. The show is in post-production. All the raw content is with the studio. They are editing and producing it. I have not been given any indication as to when the show will be premiering. We were supposed to do a premiere at Black Hat. That didn't happen. We talked about doing a premiere at Simply CyberCon. That's in 2 weeks, and I have still not heard anything about it, so I don't know what's happening. As I get more information, CJ, I will share it with the community. Space Tacos, where are you on the whole creating a GRC cert? Also, what's up with the Cyber TV show? So Space Tacos, I just talked to the Cyber TV show Element. The GRC certification, here's the deal with that. I absolutely could create a GRC cert that's straight fire. I guarantee you. The problem is I don't have time. Space Tacos and everyone, it's one of those ones, like, I'm running a lot of different things. Like the conference is a lot of fun, right? Nonprofit, though. It's not generating revenue, but it takes a lot of time. I'm running the academy. Now, Steve McMichael is starting to put courses in the academy, and that's great. But making courses is a lot of work, and I haven't had time. I'm spending effort and energy on Simply Cyber Media Group, right? We've got Wade Wells, Josh Mason, Simply Defensive, Jack Scott, Erica McDuffie, 2 Cyber Chicks. We're actually going to have Red Siege coming online in Q1 2025 for a new podcast called Simply Offensive. All these things are in place. The daily cyber threat brief, I mean, literally, it takes an hour and a half of my day every day. I'm teaching too right now. So unfortunately, Space Tacos, if I was like a cunning, financially motivated super businessman, I would probably cut out all the things and focus on GRC certification, right? Like the conference. Like, the conference takes a lot of time and energy. I could cut that out and then just do the GRC cert. But I love serving the community, and it fills my cups. And I know the cert would fill the cup too, but I guess TLDR, Space Tacos, the cert is not on the roadmap as of right now. Jay and Michelle says, how would you address an establishment's cybersecurity concerns when the third party, that part of... What? How would you address an establishment's cyber concerns when the third party, that part of their operations... Okay, I'm not sure. So Jay and Michelle, are you saying that their IT is outsourced or their InfoSec is outsourced? Is it an MSP? Is it an MSSP? I think that's kind of what you're saying. I mean, if it's bringing InfoSec in-house is not, it's not like, oh, it's outsourced, let's bring it in-house. That costs a lot of money. Part of the reason you outsource it is to get more return for your investment, right? If it costs $100,000 a year for an MDR and you get a whole, team of people, $100,000 is one person, one full-time employee at your organization. So you could have one full-time employee, or you could have a team of SOC analysts, right? Or whatever. So it's bringing it in-house isn't always the best option. Now, as far as like address cyber concerns, I mean, if you're empowered at the organization to be responsible for InfoSec, then you start need to holding the, what is this? The screensaver just turned into like, looks like Jesus and the apostles stepping into a wormhole. Look at this thing. Like, you can't really see it, but that's definitely Jesus. All right, Jesus, we're going to have to, we're not doing politics or religion up in here. There we go. Get that. Okay, so check it out. What I would say is start holding those third parties accountable. You need to make it hurt financially, right? So we're not going to renew your contract if you don't do X, Y, and Z, right? Or we're gonna pay less because your InfoSec sucks, right? Basically. All right. Hopefully that answers your question. Tree Hugger, the Simply Cyber Con shirts, will those only be available for those who physically attend? Sorry if I missed. No, Tree Hugger. So, you know, part of the the con, if you will, we are not doing shirts live in person because I don't want to have like a warehouse full of shirts. I don't want to buy shirts that people aren't getting. So if you go here, you can order your shirt, okay? All the shirts are here. I ordered mine. I'll be wearing mine on Friday. But yeah, you can go here. I got one for my kids. Shout out to Kimberly McKnight who designed this year's logo. This thing is fire. I love it. Speaking of that, just so everyone knows, this Friday, we have a lot going on. This Friday, right here, we have bingo, daily cyber threat brief in the morning. Then we have AMA jawjacking at 9 a.m., obviously. We're doing a Discord AMA, so the Simply Cyber Discord server at noon. And then at 1 p.m., I'm doing a Simply Cyber Con hype meeting. So come learn about all the Simply Cyber Con event things. We will answer everything and get it going for sure. Also, it doesn't say it here, but from 9:30 to 10 a.m. on Friday, I will be doing my quarterly Simply Cyber State of the Union address. All right, hold on. Did I even drop the link here? Tree Hugger. There's the link. Hopefully that works for you. Also, I think, Kimberly, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you go to simplycybercon.org, there will be a link there for you to get the shirts. Really quick, Mara Levy says CPEs for Simply CyberCon. Yeah, absolutely. At least 6 CPEs per attendee, and we'll just have a link, a website that you can go to download your documentation. We're not going to be emailing those out. Trey Black says, besides reading the documentation, what's the best way you think to master NIST? Jesus, Trey. Unfortunately, there isn't a great answer. The best way to master NIST is to embody it and live it and execute on it. To me, it's repetition, rinse and repeat. The documentation's fine, but you really got to live it. That's about the only way to do it. SuperSec K, how do you get your organization to prioritize patching apps, browsers, IoT? How do you communicate the value for a public service org? Honestly, SuperSec K, what I would say is hammer with regularity news stories about breaches, compromises, businesses getting friggin' screwed because of a vulnerability that was known and exploited.
You gotta patch it.
And then, include at the very bottom, this would be basically point out how painful it is and then point out how it's very easy to not live this pain by patching. Also get IT on board. Sean says, is Loom just for video? Simply Cyber, is Loom just for video recording with some notes? Yeah, Sean, I love Loom. Loom.com, I think it is. I actually pay for Loom. Hold on one second. Check this out, okay? Look at it. This is my Loom right here. Basically, I have a little extension. You can see here. I can record my screen in 1 second and make a quick video, right? Watch. Maybe I can't do it right now. Oh, here. Let's do this. Watch. I'll make a loom right now. It's so useful, right? Like, hey, what's up, everybody? This is me making a loom. I just want you to know, if you want to go to Simply CyberCon, go to simplycybercon.org. The website looks like this, and you can register right here. Thanks. Right? So, Sean, I just made a quick little loom. They drop it right here. And then, boom, all I have to do is click on this link and drop it in chat, and everybody gets to go see it. It's so easy, and it's so useful. For example, maybe you guys remember Tyler Ramsby did my hack my channel not too long ago. I made a quick loom to show him how Restream works, and that I created a little video for him to hit. Carlos Hernandez and his wife, Liz, what's up, Liz, are coming to Charleston for Simply CyberCon. He said, where should I stay? So I made a video for the Simply CyberCon, quick little video pointing out all the places to stay. So instead of explaining where you should stay, I literally show you. I love Loom. They're not sponsored. They're not anything. I use Loom all the time. All right. Harish Kumar, what do you think about accolades, NIST, ACCRF, CCRP? Is it worth pursuing? So in full disclosure, Harish, I do have content on Simply Cyber Academy associated with that course and with that certification. In fact, you can buy on Simply Cyber Academy, you can actually buy the course and get an exam voucher and all the stuff and 100% pass guarantee. I will tell you, I have not seen very many practical GRC certifications out there. The accolade ones that I have looked at do look legit. They do map to actual practical, what you would want someone to know how to do. Versus just memorizing some like acronyms and stuff like that. So I just want to qualify that I do have a biased, financial incentive or whatever. But as a practitioner, and just being honest, I did review Accolade before I brought them into Simply Cyber Academy because I didn't want to be associated with hawking or shilling crap, basically. And it looks super good, super legit. They actually have an entire growth going up the stacks, which again, to Space Taco's point about a GRC cert, Accolade's doing a good job already of it. So, let me show you really quickly while I'm here. This right here, you can learn this CSF. I mean, who asked it earlier? Trey Black asked it about getting skills with NIST, and I said, live it. Again, this is a course in my academy, so I want to qualify that. But this course right here, this actually walks you through NIST CSF, right? The course basically does the domains, then the framework core, which is the CSF fundamental, then the tiers, profiles, and doing risk management, right? And at the end, you actually get certified in Accolade's ACCRF. Worth checking out. I'll drop a link in chat. And this is run by Steve McMichael. So let me see this really quickly. Let me see Trey Black. And who else asked that? Harish Kumar. Harish. There you go. Hopefully that helps y'all. All right. What else we got? Those are all the pinned comments. So now let me look in mod chat. All right, here we go. What's the best Linux IDS agent free and what's the best paid? Intrusion detection system agent? Ugh. Gamer boy, I don't have an answer for that. As far as agent go, I'm seeing Security Onion from Eric Taylor. I mean, really what you want is, Security Onion. Graylog is a SIM that I think you can push telemetry to. I mean, basically, you just want detections in place to notify you. You need, like Sysmon's good to put on endpoints, Windows endpoints to push telemetry that's useful. I know people love Zeek. Zeek going into, Core Logic, I think, is a company that helps with Zeek installations. I know Zeek, formerly Bro, is a really, really popular tool. A lot of people love. All right. When is DR's Finest says, when's your vulnerability analyst masterclass coming out? I don't have a date on that. I would love to do it. Here's the deal. I was going to do the vulnerability management analyst masterclass in Q4 2024. So I was going to do it. I've already got it like mostly built out and recorded. not to tease you all, but let me see if I can show you. Come on, bro. There we go. Looking. All right, no problem. It's all good. So let me look at the... Here we go. This is a vulnerability management analyst masterclass. And who asked about this? DR's finest. So you could see the course is... like, I've got it all built out, right? So, I mean, if you wanted to look at it, you could see here, well, the curriculum's empty because everything's in draft, but basically, let me see if I can show you. I'm pretty sure I've got the videos and content. Yeah, so the content's there. I've started filming the videos. So it'll be there. Honestly, DR's finest. Again, my time. And this project that I picked up unexpectedly in Atlanta, it's a priority. It's going to be really, really great for me personally, but also for the Simply Cyber community. So it just took priority. All right, guys. As a fairly new person in the community, what's a CPE? Fight Like Wolves asks. So in information security, a lot of us get certifications. Security Plus, CISSP, CISA, CISM, all of them, right? All of them you have to pay like an annual financial fee to maintain it, but also you need to do continued professional education or continuing education units. You basically have to stay engaged in industry. That way you don't get a CISSP in 2009 and then go work on a farm for 30 years and then show back up and be like, I'm a CISSP. So in order to do that, you have to get education. 1 hour of education equals 1 CPE. Typically, you have to do 40 hours of education a year, 120 across a 3-year span. And that's pretty standard, right? A lot of CPEs suck to get, but the daily cyber threat brief is worth half a CPE every day. And since we do it like 200 times a year, you can get basically 100 CPEs roughly, and which is way more than you need annually. So that's what a CPE is. Hopefully that answers your questions. Okay. So Eric Taylor is saying, I think Security Onion has a community edition. Yeah, Greylog's a sim, Zeke's a log collector. All these things are great. Maxwell Vargas, does knowing Python help learning detection as code? That'd be a good question for Wade Wells. I would say yes. Maybe not Python in general, but Python's a great language to learn programming on because it's kind of intuitive and interpretive. You don't have to deal with like compilers and stuff like that. And when you start doing detection as code, you may actually... Oh, shit. Do I have a premiere right now? Oh, all right. Well, I screwed up. We have a premiere going right now. If you'd like to go over and raid my channel, we got a premiere going on right now. So if you want to learn how to manage risk and AI risk, shout out to Jenny Housley for letting me know. I just plowed through my own. I just plowed through my own premiere. So let's go over there, guys. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you get value from the AI risk talk. Be well, everyone. And until next time, stay secure. Here's the thing. We'll answer your questions tomorrow. Bring them tomorrow. We can do AMA. Let's go. Be well. Until next time, stay secure.